Hello guys, Hatred Elemental back once again with Draco Sodas here.
Yo!
And we're in Mag Mammal 2, particularly the 39th level. Or
Schmid Kalkan.
place number 39.
Crystal Lab.
29.4, 30, 34, 29, 24, 30. Okay,
One energy element.
here we go! Oh. That is frankly kind of... I don't know.
You have spikes.
Okay. This is definitely interesting music. And by that I mean, so far there's barely any at all. Oh, now it's picking up. Ow. Oh, good God. Think we're meant to use Super Arrow or something there?
Okay, that seems suspicious.
Well done. Well done. Alright, let's not go that way this time.
Just an energy element. No noble nickels. But I like the music.
Yeah, Oh, we were probably intended to use this. That makes a lot more sense, honestly. Really, there's nothing there. Aha! I made it! Puppy! Alright.
Whoa!
What?
Is that Mettaton Neo?
Maybe, I don't know. I honestly doubted it. Looked like it had claws. Oh, the... What? It could be, though. Last time I just fell right through. I will beat you! Hitboxes? I was clearly on the side of that thing. EVI-21XX.
A Reploid?
It could be.
That's gotta be some Reploid.
I mean, they're definitely building up the... This is definitely meant to be an imposing level, and so far I think it's doing a pretty good job of it.
There's the shutter.
Do we get a boss? Do we get a reward for going up here? I didn't get the good old whing going. Oh, really? Let's try this again!
You need to get the momentum going. Not like that.
I'm not good at the momentum. Alright. Oh, I unpaused the room too early! It'll be fine though. Alright. Is this a secret boss?
Chill, man.
It actually makes sense because, well, actually Crystal Man would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yes! Gotcha!
Okay, I'm curious. What was at the end of that other shutter?
I don't know.
A good concept for a stage, and the rising platforms are simple but effective. But the stage itself seems marred by bizarre design choices. There's random usages of insert utility weapon of your choice here, spread throughout the stage, especially near the beginning, and to be honest, my first thought was that the level was broken rather than me having to use Super Arrow or something. And there's also a few stretches of random wheel cutter usage. The level does give you heads up by putting cutters in the background, but I didn't even notice them until my second playthrough because I don't really have a keen eye for graphical things. The second shaft of wheel cutter usage is particularly frustrating to me. The slipping through spikes maneuvers are very finicky, and due to the fast rising speed of wheel cutter, it's hard to really react at all. It also doesn't help that no matter what path you take, the checkpoint is quite a ways away from the shaft you'll most likely keep dying in. I would say that the floating platforms didn't get used enough, but near the beginning of the level, there's a random secret path you can only get through by sliding through a fake wall that actually does have okay usages of the rising platforms. It puzzles me why that wasn't just the second half and was instead put on a random secret path no one will find. Overall, there's nice ideas, but the forced weapon usage just really ruins it for me, and because it's so thrown in and obnoxious.
Okay. Really cool level. I loved the atmosphere in this place. Felt kind of like a ruined factory of sorts. I really liked the use of the elevators, but they keep making the sound it makes when gravity flips, which was kind of annoying. One of them also pushed me through a wall and killed me once. The last wheel cutter section was pretty difficult compared to the rest of the level, and new players will most likely die the first time they play through it. Oh wait, that second shutter at the other end of the wheel cutter thing, that was probably the end of the alternate path. That just looped back around to the same ending point.
Ah.
That would make a lot of sense.
Pretty neat! I like the platforms this stage revolves around. They're a neat concept and used pretty well. I find it somewhat of a shame how they're rather glitchy though, with glitchy results when they push the player into a ceiling and the gravity sound effect relentlessly playing for seemingly no reason. I like how the stage makes use of various utility weapons in order to advance, though I wish it'd start out every introduction to a concept in a safer environment, as instant death is kinda everywhere in this stage. The screw platforms themselves never got a proper introduction, unfortunately. Its first use is atop a pit of spikes, no matter which of the three paths the player takes.
3?
Speaking of paths, I like this intense secret route this level offers, but I think due to its difficulty, that shortcut should reward with something. Perhaps a noble nickel. The final section before the boss feels pretty epic, and despite my numerous deaths, I'm a big fan of it. Nice level overall.
I don't get it. What is this level trying to be? The level design in this one isn't as bad as the others in terms of enemy placement, for example, but the stage layout is just so awkward, it feels as if the author it's just so awkward. It feels as if the author had tried to It almost feels as if the author had tried to implement secret paths into the level, but didn't do it. It could have been a good level. The ideas were where they should have been, but the execution is just really, really bad. And here's where I've reached that point where I just stop being able to talk.
There's plenty to be happy about with this one. Your segments with the wheel cutter and your rising platform gimmick was neat, and the auto-scroller and vertical room, which combine both, are really quite enjoyable to go through. The enemy setup make good use of shield attackers. It's just got a few niggles that hinder it a bit. The level's a tad ugly, mostly in color palette. Why is this monochrome? This gets very dull after a while, and not even a decent teleset can salvage it. It makes it hard to tell what you can and cannot walk on at times. You didn't take a few things into consideration. Namely, I really think you should have taken the option to render Wheel Cutter with infinite ammo, because you base this entire stage around it, which is fine by itself, but you have infinite lives here, and any player who is struggling will be forced to reset. Your rising platform gimmick also breaks one of the Mega Man conventions. Gimmicks should respawn, or outright kill you if you fail them. Having them not reset and forcing the player to kill themselves goes against every gameplay instinct a player will have. Finally, there are a lot of areas that look like either the correct route or an alternate route, and they aren't. This sort of thing baffles the player.
Yeah, that happened to me multiple times. 38! Mugman! Nitrogen Man! Score! 29.6. 28, 33, 32, 32, 23. Okay.
One energy element.
Ice physics. Okay, so we've got Gemini Man enemies. And the Wave Man steam bursts. I always hated them. Also, what hit me? I didn't move.
That?
Oh.
It freezes you?
Up and down enemies, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the way ice physics work is a little bit awkward, I've noticed. Instead of you just sliding along the ground while standing still, it continues your walking animation. Is that intentional?
I don't know. Okay, keep an eye out for bubbles.
Yes, bubbles are bad. They will steal your shopping carts.
Pen Maker!
A very badly positioned pen maker. I don't need you.
Yeesh.
Okay. Ow. That hurt.
He hurt me, Mama.
He hurt me, Mommy. Ow.
There are no secrets here.
There could be maybe an alternate path that rewards with bolts that I don't even need. What I could use is some energy, though.
For real? This is... Chillman seems to be a pretty popular boss.
Oh, and that damages me.
Also, that's a Kirby boss theme.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Sounds like it.
I like it.
It's good. I don't know why, but it makes me think of Cabula.
Tabula, you said?
Cabula.
Oh, Cabula. I don't know who that is.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Yeah, this is a really good boss theme. You son of a stick. What? Why not?
I like the idea of a nitrogen man, and I was hoping for some good usage of time bombs and wave streams, but unfortunately the level just didn't really do much in general. Many of the wave streams didn't really pose a true threat. The level is very open, so that means you can jump over them easily. I feel like the wave streams work much better when the level is cramped. Besides the ideas, the level just plays like Gemini Man Above Ground Section Mark II. It's the same type of enemies, same types of obstacles, it's just kinda there. The level just doesn't really do much, and that's what brings it down for me. Also, random chill man fight at the end? I suck at fighting chill man.
This level just felt like a ton of wasted potential. The recolored Shadow Man tile set looks nice, but I'm assuming the nitrogen... But I'm assuming by nitrogen you meant liquid nitrogen, so you could have used some really cool ice-themed gimmicks, like the melting blocks. It started off nicely with the Waveman steam puffs that freeze you, but there could have been so much more. What was even more disappointing that the level is called I was even more disappointed that the level is called Nitrogen Man, but the boss was just Chill Man.
Cool level. It can get somewhat samey after a while, but it has a solid idea and sticks to it. I kinda wish it didn't forget about its exploding platforms after the first few screens, though. The background palette can be somewhat eye-searing at times, and I sometimes jumped into the water by mistake, thinking of it as ground. Ground also has the texture of water. But the aesthetic is nice otherwise. I like how the level is mapped out in the boss room, and the bonus room is indicated both there and by the bubbles in the room above. But it's empty? What a disappointment! I want my money back!
Okay. There's really not much I can say about this stage. Nothing here is too impressive, but I enjoyed it. The level design is also fairly solid, although some spots are kinda cheap or just boring and empty. It's a bit short and there could have been more to it, but it's alright.
There is some promise in the concept of this level. An entire base filled with nitrogen-based gimmicks. Intriguing! And then, nothing happens. This level feels a bit half-baked. Even the tile set doesn't bother animating tiles that clearly should be. The effort to take standard Mega Man tiles and make them theme together is appreciated. Your sole new gimmick is purely there to waste time. It aids in the level's theme, but that is about it. The fact it freezes you in place is actually a detriment to your stage because this fact doesn't even matter. You are also incredibly inconsistent with the ice tiles. Floors that look identical in this stage act differently. It's very confusing. Credit will be given where credit is due. The few screens with the count bombs are expertly pulled off. Unfortunately, the same care wasn't taken elsewhere.
Did I even encounter any time bombs?
I don't remember count bombs in the stage. Not outright terrible, but it is rather there, and the sheer pointlessness and annoyance of your new gimmick is a major detriment.
Where next? 37th. Guest mark.
Quest mark.
Quest mark.
Duang.
29.8. 34, 29, 27, 40! 19.
We got the new record!
What is this? Ow.
Oh, we have bonbons.
Right when I jump over you! Forgive me, sir, but I'm just confused here.
You and me both, pal.
I hate Mechakiro type enemies! So much I hate them. Much of the hate into your family. God. Haha! I win! That's the end of the level. Goodbye, go home.
Power Massler. Hi, Eddie.
Eddie? Thank you, Eddie. Oh. Uh-oh. This is kind of hard on the eyes.
It's too cheery, it makes me uncomfortable.
I live in a household where a lot of people wear black. This is hard on my eyes. Okay, Okay! We both had the same idea.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Okay! Okay?
Hey? Okay. 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 Okay.
Alright, it's old now. The joke is dead.
Okay.
Ah!
I live for that! Oh, we got a Pepsi! Avertissement from Pepsi, ouais. What?
What?
What the hell? I don't like that! I really don't like that!
Do we have a time limit or something? I mean, it doesn't look like there are any safe spots.
That's just disturbing.
That came earlier that time.
Eh?
Huh?
Rush jet?
Okay, why is it not coming now?
Don't jinx it! Don't jinx it!
Shantae?
Okay. What? Do you like my car?
What? To be continued? What the heck was that? Wait, what?
We missed the Noble Nickels.
Where? You have to be kidding me. I found this by accident, but... They're all there. They're all there. What the heck is that stage?
Is this memes? Pretty good level. The aesthetics are pretty weird and definitely not something I've seen in Mega Man before. The design isn't the best ever, but I like some of the ideas present. I like how spines are used in the first section, and there are some kind of neat setups with the Plant Man platforms in the second section. I don't like some of the enemy placement in the second section, though. There's enemies like crazy cannons that just seem placed to waste your time rather than actually provide a challenge. The third section is interesting and really stressful, but I think the gimmick is badly introduced. I didn't get with assignment until my second playthrough, so on the first playthrough I was just trying to get through this section as fast as possible and getting extremely paranoid out of that death wall coming out of nowhere. It's an interesting stipulation when you get it, though, and it affected my playstyle personally quite a lot. So while it's not perfect, the level has some interesting ideas, and it's a good level overall. Also, that meme room, SMH.
Wait, are you not supposed to look back?
I don't think you are.
Okay, I get it now. That's interesting. Picture this: you're just strolling through a city, shooting a bunch of enemies, admiring the cool graphics, and minding your own business. And then, oh man, a giant wall of hands comes out of nowhere and kills you instantly. Ah! That's what happened to me in the second half of the stage. The first time I played this, I had no clues what caused that to happen. But the second time I noticed the picture on the wall and realized that it happens whenever you press the left arrow. A text sign saying "Don't look back" or something similar would have been nice. Also, some of the Plant Man platforms in the aerial section despawned, so I had to use Rush Jet. Maybe add a few safe platforms in case that happens, like Count Bombs.
Probably the most memorable thing about this level is the section of Death Hands. Only for those hands. Loving those. My favorite section to play through, however, was the platforming section. While it doesn't do anything particularly innovative, I like how it makes you shoot a long distance to activate a platform or take down a foe. The first section suffers a lot from the background, and the no left section has some spam issues near the end and ends up getting rather repetitive. I'm not a big fan of this level's visuals.
I really enjoyed playing this stage. The level design is very solid, and the ideas behind it are very interesting. I also like the aesthetics and music used in this stage. However, there are quite a bit of problems. The section with the gray hands thing is very difficult to comprehend at first, and you'll be confused when they get triggered randomly. But once you learn the mechanic, it becomes a fairly interesting section. Aside from that, the visuals, although as mentioned previously, look good, it still feels a bit nauseating just looking at all this blend of colors, and frankly, the Noble Nickels didn't need to be where they are. To conclude, this is definitely one great level, but it has some issues.
What the hell? I don't even. If I could leave the review there, I would. I have no idea what was going on, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. This was creative? The idea here was actually fine, but your implementation killed it. That is single-handedly the worst gimmick introduction to an instant death mechanic I've come across. It took me many attempts to even figure out what was going on. What was looking like a decent, if unoriginal level, was just killed stone dead by that gimmick. You need to find a way to explain it better. I don't mind dying to figure out a gimmick, but this one felt too obscure for me. I do not think the background details are enough to understand it, because there are background arrows elsewhere in the level without meaning. So the player thinks, what's one more background arrow supposed to mean? Yeesh! As for the new tile set, it was, in a word, hideous. From the color palette, to the shading, to the new elements, to cut-off tiles, to whatever that scary thing was at the end of that scary thing at the end of the stage was.
Yeah.
There was one highlight to the stage, the bit in the clouds. I felt there was some really good implementation of the Plant Man platforms, but the rest? I'll say it again. Yeesh.
Okay. Project Main Space all over again.
Except it's Project Cyberspace! Space!
But yeah, with that, I know that this is shorter than last episode, but I do not think we have enough time for another stage. So, until next time, this is Hatred Elemental and Draco Sotazir signing out. We hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you again next time.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye.